Amazing God. Trusting God when life twists and turns. This week, Abram to Abraham.
Hello, and welcome to Blackhawk Kids. I'm Caitlin, and I'm thankful you're here. Today, we are learning about trusting God. The Bible is filled with stories of people who trusted in God even when they didn't know what was coming next. Trusting God means choosing to believe that God knows what's best and that He will take care of us because He loves us. God will do what He's promised to do even when life twists and turns along the way. Our big idea today is that we can trust God. Get ready because it's going to be amazing.
Stand up. It's time for our Bible verse.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. Whoa, oh, oh. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Whoa, oh, oh. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
Take a seat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time for a true story for the Bible.
Have you ever tried to count the stars in the night sky? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that seems impossible. That's because there are billions and billions and billions of stars. Whoa, that's a lot. Stars remind me of a very big promise that God made to a man named Abram, who would later be called Abraham. God had told Abram to leave his father's family and the place where he lived to go to a new land called Canaan. And Canaan wasn't just a quick walk around the block, but over 3,000 miles away. Talk about throwing some twists and turns at Abram. Do you think Abram listened to God and trusted Him? I can't wait to find out. Let's hear part of Abram's story, found in the book of Genesis, chapters 15 to 21. And listen closely for a big promise about stars.
Stories of the Bible. Abram to Abraham. This is Abram, who will later be known as Abraham.
Hey! When Abram was in the land called Canaan, God told him to look over the land as far as his eyes could see. God promised that the land would be blessed and that Abram would have many children. 25 years passed. Abram and Sarai were very old and still had no children. God appeared to Abram and said, "Don't be afraid. I'm your shield. A son is coming. Look at the heavens and count the stars. Someday, you will have as many children as there are stars in the sky." Then God told Abram that his name would no longer be Abram, but it would be Abraham, which means father of many nations. God also told Abraham that Sarai's name would be changed to Sarah. God promised to bless Sarah and told Abraham that she would become pregnant and have a son. God made a covenant with Abraham that day. His covenant was a promise that Abraham would have many sons and they would be blessed.
Did you hear the big promise God made? God told Abram that his family would have more people in it than the number of stars up in the sky. Wait, what? That's billions and billions of people. It seemed impossible to Abram that an old man with 0 children could have more children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren than there are stars. But nothing is impossible for God. Our God is amazing. Abram couldn't see what would happen in the future or how his story would end. But we can because the Bible tells us all about it. Why would God change Abram's name? Well, because Abraham means father of many, and that's exactly what happened. Abraham would become the father of God's people, even though he was very old and it seemed impossible. The first 11 chapters of the Bible are about all the people in the world, but the rest of the Old Testament is mostly about Abraham's family, the Israelites. Abram listened to God and trusted him over and over again. Even when it felt like there were so many twists and turns happening in his life. Abram trusted God when he left his father's family. Abram trusted God when he left his home and traveled a really, really long way to a new land. Abram trusted that one day God would give him a big family, even if it meant waiting a very long time. Abram trusted God, and I can trust God too, even when things seem impossible. Let's take time right now to pray together. Close your eyes, be still, and let's talk to God. Dear God, thank you for being our amazing God. We know we can trust you even when life goes through its twists and turns. We don't know what will happen next, but you do. Thank you for loving us so much. And everybody said, Amen. Thanks for joining me as we learn that we can trust God, even when things seem impossible. Bye, everyone.
Stand up. It's time to move and sing to God.
When I am up, when I am down, when life turns me around, should I go left? Should I go right? Should I be walking in circles in my mind? But I know God will make my path straight. I know I'm gonna shout and praise. My God can be trusted over and over and over again. My God can be trusted over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. I'm confident. My I'm gonna shout and pray.